Alright, so as you might have heard, the vegan teacher is now banned off TikTok for numerous community violations. And honestly, I don't blame TikTok at all. I think they made the right decision 100%. Wait, oh my god, the gameplay is at the wrong spot. God damn it. Hold on, let me just forward a bit. Alright, there we go. We got some Maelstrom ass kicking about to go down here in the gameplay. Just because this is my favorite mission in all of Cyberpunk, but whatever, let's get back to the topic at hand. So, that vegan teacher, she's a very, very controversial figure. She's known for, like, trying to convert everyone to being vegan in regards to their diet. Like, literally to her, like, eating meat is literally a sin. I don't know if some kid in her class where she used to work, like at the school where she used to work, just brought in the wrong Chick-fil-A burger one day and she lost it on him or something, and ever since she just hasn't touched meat. But either way, she made a video where she's talking about how she got basically banned off the app by quote-unquote meat eaters, because undoubtedly only meat eaters were angry at her, despite the fact that also vegans were angry at her. But anyway, let's just take a look at this shit. Oh, and I forgot to mention, this lady talks slow as fuck, so I've sped it up a bit.
Hello everyone.
I'm not saying hello back.
Many of you woke up this morning and found out that my account was banned on TikTok. And I know many of you are jumping for joy and thinking that this is a great victory.
Honestly, I don't blame him for cheering on the banning of a homophobe and racist. If you don't know what I mean, well, she compared black people and gay people to animals in order to further her cause, and in the process hurt it as a result. So honestly, I have absolutely no sympathy for her because she unironically believes all of that.
Somehow, it makes you smile to know that an animal rights activist is being silenced on one of the platforms.
Okay, don't you dare call yourself an animal rights activist when literally you abuse your dog, unironically, to the point where the dog won't even look you in the eye. Like, most of the time, dogs will look their owner in the eye if they love him, but evidently the love is lost.
Why is that? Why does that bring you joy? I know why. Because you're feeling guilty. You know you shouldn't be eating animals. You know you shouldn't be paying to exploit them. And you cannot look in the mirror and see that in you.
I don't know, dude. That meat is tasting real fucking nice in my stomach right now. Like, I wouldn't have anything but that beef burger that I had earlier today for lunch. Actually, that's a lie. I had pizza for lunch today, but I wouldn't mind eating beef.
You're suffering from cognitive dissonance. You think you're a good person, but on the other hand, you pay people to rape, torture, and murder these innocent animals who never did one single thing wrong to you. So when an animal rights activist like me, a middle-aged, gray-haired woman who's 56, and who is a school teacher and a nurse, gets shot down, this somehow brings you great joy.
Dude, if there's anything you've taught me, it's to take my schizophrenia meds.
As if you're playing a video game. But this is real life. It's not a video game.
I don't know, dude. You seem just as retarded as the AI from Cyberpunk. Actually, no, that's offensive to the AI from Cyberpunk. I'm sorry, that's stooping too low. She's too garbage and stupid for that. So you know what? I'm gonna amend that statement. She makes the Cyberpunk AI look like a bunch of multivariable calculus students.
There are actual victims. There are actual animals who are suffering right now, in ways that you know nothing about. So why is it that you don't know what's going on?
Well, we do. We just prefer to get it from a place where they actually produce their meats and shit safely, without, like, brutally murdering animals. Obviously, the animal still dies to produce food for us.
The biggest reason is that our school system is completely failing us. That's one of the reasons that I'm glad to be out of it.
Hey bro, I was just about to say we're glad to see you gone too.
In our school systems, we don't encourage people to be free thinkers. We don't encourage them to do research on things that are important. One of the things I really didn't like about being a teacher is that I couldn't just trust the kids to go on the internet and look up things.
I mean, that's not really something you have control over, whether they use the internet or not. That's what the parents have control over, okay? The school system has absolutely zero to do with it. this is on the parents, not on you. And plus, they're fucking kids. They're not even in like 5th grade yet. And you expect them to go and use the internet?
I wanted to be able to let them go to see Dominion movement and the way that these animals are treated. But I couldn't do that because I would get in trouble if they accidentally went onto a disturbing site.
Dude, that's like if I went on a porn site and then showed that to little kids and then go like, "Hey, why did I get blacklisted again? I didn't know Pornhub was a quote-unquote disturbing site. I was just out here trying to educate the kids." Wait, why can't I show Mortal Kombat to the kids either? You know why, Karen? It's because that's a fucking stupid idea. They're not even full-grown adults yet. These are kids. Like, bro, you're just as retarded as you look. Like, your brain is literally as thin as your stickbug ass.
I.e., the truth. What's wrong with our society that we're so scared to tell kids the truth about what's going on? Well, the parents are also scared. In our society right now, parents are mere children. They've never actually grown up.
It's funny to hear that from you when you literally have the maturity enough to argue with 14-year-old stan accounts on the internet. Self-awareness in the fucking negatives right here.
They're just an older version of their kids. I learned this now because after being on TikTok and watching the amount of duets that are going on there, and realizing it's horrifying how uneducated the vast majority of the population is. So of course it's normal that they would want to take somebody down who confronts all these different groups of people.
Well, you weren't really conversing with those people, more like whining at them to become vegan and yelling at them to become vegan. And may I mention, comparing marginalized groups to animals. Like, bro, you use freaking Black Lives Matter to try and justify your fucked up acts. I'm sorry, but that's not excusable.
See, I've never limited myself with who I talk to about how the animals are treated. I will talk to a 5-year-old, a 10-year-old, a teenager. I will talk to a new mom, a dad. I will talk to anybody. Teachers, principals, doctors, therapists. I will talk to grandparents, and I have. I will talk to my neighbors who are walking their dogs, and colleagues, because everybody needs to know what's going on.
I pity everyone who has to hear your nasally voice.
If you ever think you're not powerful, think of it this way. If a group of teenage boys can gather together behind the scenes and start attacking somebody like me, an animal rights activist.
Hey boys, she recognized me. We got a mention. Actually, to be fair, I am almost 19, so whatever. You know what? Still technically a teenager.
Or any other, because it won't be long before they come after all the other animal rights activists. Then think of what that same group of kids could do if they actually fought for good in the world.
Grandma, go back to the kitchen. You haven't made enough cookies today. Maybe then you can actually be useful, like how you think we could be. And also, don't you realize that us making all of these videos on you is either us calling you out on your bullshit or just having fun in general? Like, none of us actually take the internet this seriously. We're just here to have fun.
You see, the problem is that they're just so mixed up. They don't actually know who's good and who's evil.
Nah, I'm pretty sure we do know who the evil one in this situation is, and plot twist, it's you.
I mean, for some reason they have it in their head that somebody who's defending the most innocent animals among us is a bad person. How messed up is that? Where did they get that idea? I don't know. But I can tell you that schools are not helping us to fix it.
Okay, so let's just recap her plan for what she wants the schools to do. She wants them to educate little kids, like when they're really, really young, into realizing the horrors of the meat industry, which is not me saying that they don't exist or that kids shouldn't be educated on that. I'm just saying they gotta do it in a more efficient way if they're planning to put that as a curriculum. But this lady wants to show a documentary where it literally shows animals being fucking sliced up like, you know, just sliced up. Like a bunch of party ribbons. Like, she basically wants them to watch a slasher horror film, okay?
So where do we go from here? Well, first of all, animal rights activists don't stop being animal rights activists. I'm never going to quit.
Wait, the dog abuser is an animal rights activist? What the fuck? That's like if a serial killer walked up to you and started saying, you know what? I'm saving lives right now. That's like if the guy handling detention at your school said, I want to make kids happy. In both of those examples, that's not the case. And similarly here, well, that's not the case.
You can close down one account, you can close down another one. I will keep popping up. Or if you keep closing them down, And eventually, you've used up all of the means, I will still be in front of my house with a sign, or in a shopping center protesting, or filming other activists. I'll go back to being a reporter and talking about them, but I'll never stop.
Honestly, I doubt that anyone would care if you did, leave the internet. Like, you saw the overwhelmingly positive reaction from TikTok vaulting you and putting you in the ground. I think it just shows that you gotta change your ways, or your ways of protesting veganism as a thing.
The animals are too important. They're alone. They have no voice.
Well, no shit, Sherlock. Animals don't have a voice? It's almost as if they can't speak a human language. Don't you think that's the case?
The chickens, the cows, the pigs, the lambs, the turkeys, they all have a right to their body integrity. They all have a right to live. And many of you have no idea what goes on behind closed doors. The billions of animals that are so badly mistreated, systemically, not just the occasional one, but crammed into places that are as horrible as the Nazi death camps.
Okay, so you think it's cool to compare, like, pigs and chickens who are abused to Jews and oppressed groups that were, like, murdered in World War II in a ethnic cleansing? I'm pretty sure this isn't an ethnic cleansing, okay? Like, I'm pretty sure that no one's out here trying to completely genocide chickens. See, this is why people have a problem with you. You don't just compare marginalized and oppressed people, keyword people, as in human beings, to frickin' pigs and chickens. That's just not right. It's racist, even. And I know that word has started being thrown around really lightly lately in society, but it's true. This is inherently racist.
In fact, worse. The animals have it worse.
Stop the cap! Stop the cap right now! Stop the cap!
The Holocaust never ended for them.
Stop the cap! Stop the cap right now! Stop the cap!
The sheer amount of times that I could play that one clip over and over for, like, majority of the things that she says in this video, absolutely unrivaled. You know what? Just anytime she says something which is completely false, you know what? I'm just play that clip and ask her kindly to stop the cab.
I saw this one girl yelling at the camera and saying, "You don't understand. How can you say that these animals are treated the way that the Jewish prisoners were? They're not raped." Yes, they are. They're not forced into slavery. Yes, they are. They're not murdered. Yes, they are. They're not put into gas chambers. Yes, they are.
Stop the cap! Stop the cap right now! Stop the cap!
I swear to God, if I have to use this clip one more fucking time, I'm gonna flip my shit. Like, I'm about to punch a hole in my desk just from how angry this is making me. Like, just pound the shit out of this thing.
And for what? Why did we do that to the Jews? Why did the world let that happen? Because good people remain silent.
Okay, this is the bit where I agree with her. Like, Germany's people did stay pretty silent for the most part during the Holocaust because they didn't want to get persecuted by their neighbors. They didn't want to get, ostracized. They didn't want to get hunted by the SS. But here, there's a small misconception she seems to have. There was no fucking SS hunting us down if we dared to speak out against the meatpacking industry. I mean, sure, in 2077 they might, as shown by the gameplay in the background of me in a meatpacking facility. But no, not in 2020, bro. Not in 2021 either. There ain't no motherfucking SS.
So now what? Use all the power that you have going forward to educate yourself. Use your critical thinking skills. Go and actually watch the documentaries that all of us have watched. Go to watchdominion.com and don't be cowardly about it. Don't watch it in a group of people while you talk and while you try to close your eyes to what's going on. Don't mute the sound of the animals. Listen.
As someone who has partially watched it, it's really, really stupid to assume this is the way that all meat packing plants are. Because there are cruelty-free butcher shops and shit like that. It's not like everything is like that. That's just asinine in and of itself to assume.
Watch it in small bits by yourself or with a friend that you trust.
Nah, dude, I like eating my cheeseburger no matter what, okay? I don't know where it comes from, but to be honest, I really don't care. That's a joke, by the way, honestly. I always try to buy it from cruelty-free people.
who is seriously interested in learning. There are many cowardly teenagers here on YouTube who have said that they watched Dominion and it was a joke. To them, they thought it was funny, seeing the animals suffer like that.
Dagnabbit, those Gen Zers really be out here just not even paying attention to the documentary. Okay, look, if the overwhelming majority says that, like, Dominion is a fucking joke, then chances are it is. And you know what? I'm gonna take the opportunity to say it's a joke, okay? It's literally a fucking joke.
Doesn't that seem strange to you?
Nope.
Doesn't that worry you to some degree?
Nope.
That psychopaths here have a voice so strong? It's not them that's the problem. It's everyone who follows them and doesn't say anything like, yo, dude.
Oh shit, dude. She's bringing the heat right now. She's bringing the heat. Oh my god, she's become part of pop culture right now. She's saying, yo, dude, the Empire's pretty chill. Maybe you could, like, join it or so. I'm sorry, but this is too fun not to clown on, okay? You gotta understand. I'm a senior in high school. I'm bored as fuck right now. I need people to make fun of.
There's nothing funny about a man who goes in back of a pig and starts rubbing her and masturbating her and then inserts sperm into her, forcing her to be pregnant against her will. This is inhumane, disgusting behavior. It's abhorrent.
Yeah, and that's why I just don't buy products from those retailers. Like, I always buy my beef grass-fed, or my pork grass-fed. You get the idea. Just, I don't want to be having, like, animals that were treated cruelly right before they died. Want them to at least be treated with some dignity. Like, I don't know, knocked out or something before they die, or at least allowed to have somewhat of a good life before they die. What she's saying here isn't essentially wrong, it's the way she conveys it. She assumes that all meat-packing plants do this, even though it's just a specific few. That's like if I assumed that all vegans were fucking retarded like this.
When it comes to the chickens, and the baby boy chicks that are born, and an assembly line goes by, and people pick them up, and if they're boys, put them on a separate assembly line, and they go in to be murdered, ground up alive.
Honestly, given how light chicks can be, I highly doubt that they're being put on an assembly line to be murdered. If there is an assembly line, most likely they're probably using grown-up chickens because those have more meat on them.
There's nothing normal about that, when we can absolutely survive without eating eggs, or chickens, or pigs, or cows. There's absolutely nothing normal okay about us raping these mother cows, forcing them to be pregnant with sperm that came from us masturbating a bull. Literally masturbating them, taking the sperm and inserting it into the female. And when her baby is born, to murder the boy.
So just don't get it from those retailers. If you know any retailers that do that, then don't buy from them.
It is a Holocaust that the animals are going through. There's nothing okay about it. And anyone who thinks that there is something okay with that needs help.
Sorry, can't hear you over my Chick-fil-A nuggets right now. Nah, but seriously though, here's the thing. Obviously, animal cruelty does exist, but just, like, to assume that it's all meatpacking industries is just asinine. She then proceeds to scapegoat the school system again, for probably like the 15th time in this one video. So basically, she's ranting about how she got banned from TikTok, but not taking responsibility as to why she got banned from TikTok. This, in and of itself, shows the type of person she is. She blames others for her fuck-ups, and proceeds to refuse to take any form of responsibility whatsoever. But, I mean, you know what? I guess I can't expect much more out of this individual. But anyway, I think that's where I'm gonna call the video for today. Cause seriously, I've had enough of this woman's antics. Seriously, some of the pure stupidity coming out of this video is taking a toll on me. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed. It would be really great if you could drop a like and sub, because one, it's my birthday, that would be the perfect gift, and also because it really helps out a lot. Also, studies show that if you sub to my channel, you become more attractive as a man or woman, and you'll get sex from your partner. But anyway, thank you for showing up to the video, it means a lot. Love you, bye.